Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we got the third sneak peek for the May Black Order update, in addition to the live stream announcement, which gives us the first look at two of the in-game uniforms for the Black Order. So I'm very excited to talk about that, but it should be no surprise that another member of the Black Order has had their uniform revealed. However, this one's a biggie because she's been waiting 3 years, 4 years for a uniform, and she's also been waiting. She's waiting probably waiting 5 years for a uniform, but she has definitely been waiting 3 years for a World Boss Ultimate stage. So let's take a look. This supervillain possesses a different type of ability from the two already revealed members of this villainous alien team. Are you ready to overcome this? Sorry, I shouldn't have pointed at the camera. Are you ready to overcome this powerful mind control ability? The appearance of a super gigantic power. We have secretly left some additional information of how to face this enemy, so please check it out. So they went ahead and cleared it up for us. If we swap on over to Twitter, actually this is actually the sneak peek itself. So we'll go to the sneak peek, and then we'll go back to whatever it says about the way to play against Supergiants. Let's check out the sneak peek here. We see the planet again from a different angle. We zoom out. We see, boom, Supergiant looks so sick. And then, of course, we get that little flash that we're not quite sure what that is, but we'll pause it and we'll find out. So we get the planet. Boom, Supergiant looking so smooth, so silky. She's looking nice with a capital N-I-C-E. She's looking crispy, if I do say so myself. And then we get a very brief look at another part of this collage that they have been showing us bits and pieces of. And who do we see down there at the bottom, looking oh so short and tiny and diminutive next to Supergiant? You see, of course, Proxima Midnight with the classic horns, sort of, you know, the headdress that she has, and then her classic spear that she's holding there. So Proxima is there. We know Proxima uniform is coming. Someone even speculated on Twitch, this is a very smart thing to say. We got the Cull Obsidian sneak peek, and it showed a little bit of Supergiant. So then the next sneak peek was Supergiant, and now Supergiant's showing a little bit of Proxima. So maybe the next sneak peek will be Proxima showing a little bit of maybe Ebony, because he's the last one, or maybe Thanos or somebody else, who knows. So this is very cool, but there's more. So again, they said they left a clue on how to fight against Supergiant. So if you go over to Twitter, it says, after expanding the psychic reach of her powers, this galactic omnipath has now proven to be an ultimate threat. And if you actually listen, so ultimate implies World Boss Ultimate. If you actually listen to the sneak peek itself, I'm going to just cut the music here really quickly so you can hear right there. I'm going to play it a few times. The cymbals crashing, right? The cymbals crashing is the beginning of a World Boss Ultimate fight. I'm not sure if World Boss Legend is also the cymbals crashing, but the cymbals crashing is definitely in World Boss Ultimate. I'm not sure if it's in Legend. So yeah, she's getting a World Boss Ultimate stage. And the other really interesting thing that I think we can sort of dive into a little bit more is that they talk about a different type of ability. And I think I was thinking about it, and I didn't really mention it in the video for Cull Obsidian, but I think they do mention, when they're talking about the sneak peek for Cull Obsidian, they do mention the word durability or durable, and that's actually one of his literal abilities, durability. And of course, this last update with dispatch missions is when they introduced this page right here, where we can sort by abilities. So there's actually an ability. Is there an ability for mind control? There's probably going to be an ability for the Black Order, right? There's an ability for magic. I don't think there's an ability for mind control, though. There is. Oh, there's an ability for mind. So maybe, who knows? I think, yeah, Supergiant is in the mind category. If I just move my camera here, she is there. So maybe there's a few speculations, right? Maybe you may have to use a character with mind abilities in order to do damage to Supergiant, which would mean that the characters who can do damage to Supergiant are very limited. Those are literally the only mind ability characters in the game. Maybe there's one or two missing if I swap around some uniforms, but it's a very small list. I wonder actually if Loki's even available without the uniform. Oh, he is. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. For those of you wondering, I'm trying to get every uniform mythic. That's why I'm working on this one here. So yeah, maybe you have to use a character that has mind in their ability. Maybe you have to use a character that has mind control on one of their abilities, which includes almost all of these characters, including also like, you know, Scarlet Witch and things like that. Or maybe something else entirely. If you're wondering what the gimmick was before, you know, Proxima's gimmick is that she doesn't take damage from energy attacks. She has very high energy defense. Cull Obsidian's gimmick is that he has very high physical defense. Corvus's gimmick is that he revives twice and he has very, very high dodge. Ebony's gimmick is you have to use elemental damage. Supergiant's gimmick, Thanos' gimmick, is he just crushes your spirits. Crushes all hope that you have of winning. Supergiant's gimmick was, back in the day, you could only deal damage with characters that you summoned. Now, the game has since moved away from summons, and there isn't a single character in the game that has strong summons. I mean, there's some characters that have okay summons, like Corvus is honestly one of the best characters that has summonable allies, but there's very, very few characters that have one. Like the old Captain America uniforms, you can summon Winter Soldier, but he's just so weak, and that old Captain America is so weak that I don't even think they would count those. So I don't think they're going to go back to that strategy of only doing damage with summonable characters, because that would just exclude every character. It would just, I mean, I understand that the need to make content that, you know, requires a wide roster, but we're not even talking about a wide roster anymore. We're just talking about like really lame old characters from years ago, because even Loki, who was the most well-known character for having clones, summons, has gotten rid of them like completely, right? The new uniform completely did away with his clones. So I really hope they don't go back to that. I really hope they do something with abilities, or they do something else entirely. Who knows? Maybe, you know, she mind controls one of your characters and you have to fight a clone of yourself or something. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll have to wait and see. I'm very, very excited to see how they're going to make Supergiant different. Now, I will say this for Supergiant. There is going to be a little bit of a question mark, because the game has sort of ramped past World Boss Ultimate. Not for every player, of course. There's still, you know, the majority of players that don't have a lot of Pierce in their cards and reforged CTPs and what have you. But there's definitely some players that have. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to balance Supergiant, knowing that Null and Mephisto are just so much stronger than the rest of the World Boss Ultimates, or if they just balance Supergiant, you know, to be similar to Thanos or somewhere in between Thanos and someone else, and they just say, you know what, this is still going to be a challenge for 50-60% of the players, and we're just going to acknowledge that this is not going to be a challenge for the other 5-10% of the players who play hardcore and already have built up rosters and accounts that are able to sort of steamroll this content. I mean, listen, I don't need a reason to play Supergiant. Like, I don't need Supergiant to be difficult. If I want difficult, I have stage 20 Null, I have stage 20 Mephisto, I have my difficulty built in, I have squad battle, I have other things. I'm playing Supergiant for this right here, this juicy, you know, lip licking reward. That's what I'm playing Supergiant for. But it's an interesting question, and I am curious to see what the devs do. I don't think there's a mistake, I don't think there's like a wrong decision that they could make. If they make it on par with the difficulty of these bosses, that's logical and that makes sense. On the flip side, if they decide to make it harder to sort of be in between this and this, that makes sense too. So really, they can do no wrong in this situation, in my opinion. But furthermore, there is more. They announced, good thing I waited to this video, they announced the May update live stream, and just like the previous live streams, it's going to be held on Monday rather than Friday. So we will presumably have 1 or 2 more sneak peeks. We'll see who the tier 3 is. Hopefully we'll have like a tier 3 sneak peek, and then we're going to wait a couple of days, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday will be the event with Cage and Kim. It's a live stream. They put on such an amazing performance and production, and we'll get to see the new uniforms. We'll get to see if there's any new content, any other hidden goodies, all that good stuff. Maybe we'll see some clues dropped about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, if they're going to sort of do that repeat like they did for WandaVision with the last update. So there's so much to look forward to, honestly. Man, this game has got me, like, I've just been in such a good mood, and the hype has been so well maintained for the past few months that it makes me really happy. So check it out. I was just stalling so that I could do a big reveal here. Boom! Supergiant and Corvus. Now, I gotta give you my first opinion, my first reaction. Supergiant looks amazing. I think she looks like absolutely. These are sort of low res, mid res Images, it's going to look better in game. Of course, it always looks the best in game, especially like on a phone, not an emulator. I think these were pulled off an emulator. I don't know. They look kind of fuzzy. But yeah, Supergiant looks really sleek and really nice. Not sure what's going on with Corvus. I think the sort of like halo effect makes his armor look a lot lighter than it is. I think his armor is going to be a lot darker and more black, like a pitch black, like Supergiant. So I think he's actually going to end up looking better. But my initial reaction was that face is haunting. It's sort of Null-esque. He looks sort of like Null's stepbrother. Not in a good way, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't really matter what he looks like now, but Supergiant looks crisp. Supergiant is looking like a whole snack. Corvus looks like a snack that you left on the barbecue too long and it got burnt. Yeah, he looks kind of we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't matter. Corvus is a slayer. Corvus is there to murder you. He's not there to, look good while he's doing it. He looks good with the violence, right? Supergiant gets into your head, she manipulates you, she talks to you, so her presentation is a little bit more important because she's not going in guns blazing, weapons first like this clown is. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the new look for Corvus and Supergiant. These are brand new original looks as confirmed by Danny Koo. Very, very cool. I think detail-wise, the devs did a fantastic job. Corvus really does look like a general. He does look like a high-ranking, part of the team with all these different embellishments on his gear. I will withhold my final judgment, but I do like the designs and it looks futuristic, but still sort of space in a way where we're not quite sure what it is. It's kind of alien, it's kind of foreign. So I do really like the designs. I like the blue and the gold accents to go along with the really, really dark metals. And yeah, I personally really, really like it. I'm leaning towards Supergiant right now, though, for multiple reasons. Rewards, looks, etc. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Who do you think looks cooler, Corvus or Supergiant? And who out of the 5 do you think is going to look the most cool once we get to see all 5 uniforms? Let's exclude Thanos from this one because he sort of sucks up all the coolness in case he's getting anything. We'll just leave it to the base 5 Black Order members. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. I've said that 3 times now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.